some of these niggas have not switched on. So don't you know when you're a kid,
Some of these niggas don't have power
in La
banks.
La Land, you know, chilling, then
Just
you just
continue, that's
get into consciousness.
Aloof.
These niggas have not hit that point yet. They have not hit that point yet.
Maintaining that integrity in who you are is very important. I feel like the more people get involved, the more people are looking at you for opinions, the more people are like talking about you. It's very easy to forget like what your strong suit is. And
Some niggas need to just stick to their strong
some
suit.
niggas really have to actually like stick to their strong suit. There's no problem with having a strong suit.
Yeah, follow the culture.
But like when you try to
Like, some
dabble
niggas
into
need to just
waters,
shut up and dribble.
when you dabble into waters you're not familiar with, you could end up spreading
You
very
could end up
negative
drowning,
messaging.
nigga.
You could end up drowning.
Literally.
So
Jesus
someone who
Christ.
waded into that deep part of the pool recently was Stephen A. Smith. He's been doing it for a while.
Yeah. His head like a buey damn near, so he ain't drowned yet. And nigga ain't drowned yet.
a
He
labubu.
getting there.
That's Labubu right there, nigga.
So Stephen A. It's no secret that he's probably trying to gear up for he's probably trying to gear up for a presidential run, because in my mind, I remember saying a few episodes ago that like the most American lesson that you could learn from the age of Donald Trump is not that like, hey guys, we have to really question as a society how we got to like Nazism again. It's not that. It's that he was a celebrity.
So we
need a celebrity. It doesn't matter what they say. We need a celebrity. So that's why we've been seeing Stephen A. has been. That's why we've been seeing that Stephen A. has been weighing in a little bit more politically, and I seen that he was commenting.
Talking loose.
Yeah, he was talking some loose.
The thing is too, before you start, there's nothing wrong with getting
the knee up.
political. It's just that please do the research and know what the fuck you're talking about.
And
before
you should not at any point in time, especially if you're in like 40s or 50s, be able to legitimately be called out for shit that you fundamentally don't understand by niggas 30 years younger than you. So let's get into what happened.
I got a question for you. Wait, have y'all seen any of this?
I've
seen
heard
part.
of it. I haven't seen
part.
it.
I just know street saying fuck Matt.
So
That's what I heard though. That's what I
y'all will
seen.
not get. Y'all will not get.
Y'all won't get.
Yo.
What did I say?
Nigga said that mid-episode.
Nah, I mean it's just that's what I heard, gang.
That's what I heard
That's
too.
what
I heard that shit too, for real.
What
I
did
gotta know the
Stephen A. say?
backstory on that shit.
Yeah, but
Like,
I gotta tell you. So Stephen A. Right? So Stephen A. So Stephen A. obviously he has his own talk show, and the other day, right? Michelle Obama has her own podcast, the IMO podcast, right?
In my opinion.
Yeah. Shout out Michelle Obama first of all.
Shout out Michelle Obama. Ezra.
Let's get it round.
We're disagreeing with you in our approach. We are taking the low road, but
Yeah, we're taking a low road, but yeah, someone has
when they go
Someone has
low,
to. Someone
that
has
jam goes up.
Yeah.
Go
so yeah,
lower.
Michelle Obama was on her
Lower
podcast.
whacker.
you go low, we go lower whacker.
Lower whacker, on bro. Michelle Obama was on her podcast, right? And she was with some reality TV guests, right? I don't know their names, but I'm sure y'all know.
Yeah,
you know.
probably.
Basically, they were talking about the connection between reality TV, Real Housewives, because I think they're like
My
Real
mom used to watch
Housewives.
Real Housewives all the time.
She said I ain't even know. I've never watched Real Housewives, actually.
Yeah, I've only seen it.
But basically, they were
Dramatic as
talking
hell,
about the
bro.
connection between Real Housewives and sports, and how like that drama sometimes is the same, or even like how they are on the talk shows in general are kind of like the same. The conversation really, I watched the whole thing. The conversation really didn't have shit to do with it. It just kind of like went there as they were talking. They brought it up. They got right over it. And then, the one of the guests, right, was like, I don't even remember if he said Stephen A. specifically, but he did. I think she mentioned Stephen A. and he was like, yeah, it's like they're Real Housewives, like on ESPN, right? And then they were laughing about it. Cool.
Which factual state.
Factual fucking statement, right?
Like-
You know, I want Iguodala.
Stephen A.
Be having
Stephen
big
A.
confessions and shit.
Yeah.
I didn't really like how he said.
Yeah, like they be arguing.
Like,
they be,
it's
yeah,
literally like
entertainment.
damn near the
It's
same format,
entertainment, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Stephen A. then gets on his podcast, right? I want to start with. This is what he said. He says, I want to start with her flowers. He gives her flowers, says how amazing of a woman she is. He'd never speak down or he'd never do no crazy. He'd never, nigga, he'd never, you know what I mean? Like, he
Candace Owens.
That's that PR.
But Then he pivots. he randomly pivots. He doesn't address what they said about the Real Housewives at all. He says, I'm salty with Michelle Obama, and I've been salty with Michelle Obama over what she said at a Kamala Harris rally in 2024.
Oh, we're here.
And then I'm like, oh, we're trying to get clicks for real, for real. We're really trying to get clicks. Yeah, seatbelt on.
Literally,
So he
Literally,
was stuck
all
on
he
since
had-
2024, right?
Yeah, he said he's salty about the comment she made in 2024 at a Kamala Harris rally. Can we see the comment?
And here's the thing, and I love that you said that because it always goes back to what we said last episode. Niggas be developing cancers for themselves.
Yeah.
Literally, all he had to do was just address the point.
Nigga, you could have laughed.
I don't even know what he
You
said.
could have laughed at it. Hold on,
Yeah.
let's see. Can we see not the Stephen A.
I
clip
need to
first?
hear
Can
the
we see
take.
the?
Maybe it's a reasonable take.
Yeah, let's see. Well, this is what she said at the Kamala Harris rally. This is in Kalamazoo, Michigan, at the one October 26th. It was like the one right before the election.
Michelle look good.
Yeah, she looked great.
Always got
That some of us are choosing to ignore Donald Trump's gross incompetence while asking Kamala to dazzle us at every turn. The only people who have standing to make these decisions are women with the advice of their doctors. Do not hand our fates over to the likes of Trump, who knows nothing about us, who has shown deep contempt for us, because a vote for him is a vote against us.
Pretty plain and simple.
I don't think
That is the most milquetoast fucking
right?
wheat bread in a toaster take I've ever heard in my life.
But you remember when
That's objectively
When
true.
someone tries to
Yeah.
take your rights.
But you remember?
Don't vote for him.
But you remember when we had an episode and we talked about double agents, right?
Yeah.
Okay then, right? Let's keep going. Let's keep moving. So Stephen A. continues and says, I quote, I took major offense to that. He continued saying, black men don't just love our black women, we revere y'all.
Which is
fuck are we?
Wait, hold on.
Which is true.
But where
But where
fuck
does
are
that-
we going with this conversation?
Right.
Because that's not what we're talking about right here.
Say
We're
that
not talking about. The quote was, I took major offense to that. Black men don't just love our black women, we revere y'all. Mind you, this is the same nigga that brought Candace Owens on his show. You revere black women so much, you'd bring someone that hates black women damn near. Doesn't support feminism, definitely doesn't support pro-choice or any of those things that
Which is exactly what she was
the black one, which is exactly her point actually.
Yeah.
You brought her on, and then also Candace Owens has been openly against the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
You
So
love black women so much, Stephen A., that you brought a complete not even what's the opposite of an ally? Op. You brought a complete op,
You brought
my
someone that
nigga.
goes against that
And
sentence.
here's the thing that I don't understand of why he even brought that up is because yes, we do revere black women. We love black women.
We do.
What's the point?
Where are we going with this?
What's
right?
the point
So
of that
where are we
shit, bro?
going with this? So I'm like, let me keep watching and see where are we going with this. He continued saying, and I quote, think about the most hard individual you can find, who is a black man from the streets of America. If there is one person who could walk up to him and slap him in his face, he said some other shit, but I ain't put it in there. If there's one person that could walk up to him, it's his mother or grandmother.
So is he trying?
Okay,
Is he trying?
okay.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah.
Is he trying to say that what Michelle said was against black
We're
men or something?
spiraling. That's what the fuck we're doing.
Okay. Michelle Obama makes a categorically correct statement.
Don't vote against the person.
Here's the truth, right? The majority of black men still voted for Kamala Harris.
He brought that statistic up.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
No, oh, wait,
I
hold
don't
on. I'm
think
sorry.
that-
Wait. I'm sorry. We have to get through it before you say what you're going to say because it gets wicked.
Okay.
It gets wicked. Let's just get through it. Let's get through it.
I'm already.
Another quote he says is, there are so many things that decide. Oh, this is another thing he says. He says, there are so many things that decide where your vote is going to go. For some people, it's all about the economy. For others, it's all about national security or even immigration, safety in the streets of America, etc. He said some more. Long before, this is what he said. Long before he was quoting men, long before they think about pro-life, because life changes and other issues become more pertinent. So we just proved Michelle Obama's point. If you voted for Trump, it's a vote against women. You just proved the point in saying, we wasn't even thinking about child lives for real.
Like a big thing, bro.
Like, what are we talking about?
You want to know two things. You were saying niggas just keep digging themselves in holes. And then you were saying of the fact of the whole statement, the first statement was useless. But we see this a lot of time with men when it comes to a woman speaking about issues with other women. We always internalize it like it's a
They
jab
talking
at
about me.
Immediate jab and
rather than
talking about me.
questioning the thing that's actually there.
Imagine immediately getting defensive and then immediately proving her fucking point in the
Point.
same
And that's
interview.
where you dig the hole because
So-
you're internalizing an issue that's nothing
Hold on,
to
let's
do
play
with
the last video. Let's play the last video. Can we play the last video? And then we get into it. This is the last thing he said. He also brought up our boy Barack Obama.
Okay.
B-Rock.
No, reality TV is not like that. You're so wrong about that assertion. But that's neither here nor
This
there.
was 2
I
minutes
just saw
in it.
this
Fine.
as an opportunity, since you brought my name up, for me to bring your name up. I feel even more adamant about what your husband, Barack Obama, said and implied
Again brings up
that
Barack.
to not vote for Kamala is because we're engaging in some sort of misogyny. There are issues that matter to every American citizen. And to sort of blackmail us emotionally into trying to compel us to vote one way or another is part of what won Trump the election. Because that side of the aisle was able to look at the left and say, look at what they'll do to win.
Enlightened centrism.
Hold on.
Okay, so hold on. Okay.
I was like,
Did Michelle,
okay,
did Michelle
okay.
even state misogyny in her?
gang.
No, I don't.
What are we talking
I'm about
about?
to lose it on this fucking podcast.
I knew Jason was going to lose it. Get
Because
into
the
it, nigga.
shit that
Get into
pisses
it.
me off. Okay. We're on like 85 levels of delusion.
85.
The first one.
First
like
floor.
I said,
First floor.
a majority of black men did vote for Kamala Harris. That does not mean that bullshit that you tried to say about the one person who can walk up to the hardest black man is his mama. That same hardest black man probably and could and probably has said the most nut shit about black women as well.
Yep.
So
That
fucking
doesn't mean anything.
in fact, because black people are going to be dating within their culture, I'm sorry if it triggers you. Statistically, the most threatening presence to a black woman's life is going to be that black nigga that she's with.
Yeah.
We love our black women.
Yes.
Yep.
That's not a universal case.
It's not.
Which is exactly how you can ignore all the reality in front of you and counter blame the left.
Yes.
Like, what are
For
we
forcing you.
Because
forcing?
Okay,
For
like you're not a
forcing
grown
you.
ass
there's
man.
so many. Listen, there's so many levels of this where it's fucked as well.
Okay.
Even like we started the conversation with saying the cancer and stuff, and even Stephen A. the clips and all of that shit. This nigga fully took a conversation about Real Housewives and ESPN First Take, completely disregarded it just to
So he
throw
can- no,
another
because-
black woman's name into the entire topic.
What Stephen
What
A.
are we
Smith is
talking
doing,
about?
Stephen A. Smith is doing is he's trying to be the black Gavin Newsom.
Yes,
Where
that's exactly what he's trying to be.
where we're trying to act as though there's a reasonable conversation that needs to be had about what the left needs to do to compromise more on its values in order to win us elections, as though Kamala wasn't already touring around with Liz Cheney and the Republicans, and it did not get that enlightened middle position third voter that you keep fucking preaching to me exists.
Never happened. Stop trying to play both fucking sides.
Secondly, what the fuck do you mean there are other issues? Yes, let's go through the other issues and let me tell you exactly how they're still anti-black women.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the economy. If you support an economic model that's cutting taxes for people who are on WIC, or cutting benefits for people who are on WIC, who are on SNAP, who are on benefits, who are on Medicare and Medicaid, who's that going to affect first? Black people and black women.
Exactly.
That's number one.
That's the vote
That's the
against.
economic model of the Republican Party and has been for the last 25 years. So if you're a grown-ass man of voting age, you should fucking know that.
Yep.
Second,
Also, a
number one.
grown-ass man who's talking about running. How do you not know that?
Second of all,
You're talking out of your
Talk about
ass.
running.
Second of all,
Double agent
second of all,
shit.
immigration.
Number two.
Undocumented immigrants still commit less crime than native-born population.
Talk about it.
Haitian migrants are more likely to be wrongfully detained and deported right now, which
And
are
they-
darker-skinned people.
Yep.
Talk about it.
And there has been no coherent immigration proposal to fix the border and anything from the Republicans besides throw more money, make it more militaristic. And then when the Republicans drafted up the most militaristic border bill in the last 30 years, Trump called up the Republicans and told them to kill it so that he could run on immigration as an issue. This is not a party that's interested in fixing that issue. They would weaponize that and the animosity towards brown people to get you all up in a stir. You fell for it like a dumb bitch.
Like a dumb.
And now you're telling me that, yeah, there was actual other legitimate concerns. If you were paying attention, you know that that's not a legitimate concern of the Republicans because they had the opportunity to do it and they've chosen to not do shit.
The fact is, nigga, like, when he started off, he wanted to be like that victim of like, oh, well, since you called out my name,
since
what are we?
Since you put my name in it,
I decided to put your.
Let me talk. Do you know where that stems? Do you know where that stems?
You know where that sounds?
You know what that
Switched off.
You just got on here and said, yeah, we revere our black women. Let me talk about your husband.
Exactly. No, that misogyny.
What are we talking about?
Bothered by the first statement.
He utilizes, when talking about Barack Obama, he utilizes the whole rhetorical strategy that the right uses is the Kamala, they're trying to blackmail you into being a black, and I want to say this, right? Oh, they're trying to blackmail you into voting for it, and that's the reason that won him an election. Realistically, they just provided more of, what did he say, word for word? Look what look what y'all will do to win. That's what he said, word for word. Look what y'all will do to win, and that's what gave Trump the win. What? Like, January 6th when they like ran up on the Capitol? Are we forgetting?
Bro,
that was what they was trying to do to win too. Overthrow the fucking government, Stephen A.
You know what it is? I feel as if some of these niggas have not switched on. So don't you know when you're a kid?
Some of these niggas don't have power banks.
La La Land, chilling, then you just get into consciousness.
Aloof.
These niggas have not hit that point yet. They have not hit that point yet.
They have not, because let's again talk about it. If we're talking about guilt tripping into XYZ, yes, I think that like the far left can do better at meeting people where they are. In the sense that, yes, when you try to approach people with these ideologies, you're not going to always find your cutout leftist. You're not going to be talking to W.E.B. Du Bois whenever you're trying to convey to the average person like how you came about these conclusions. And the left has to do a better job of being accepting of that and trying to work to pull as many people over as possible. Yes, that is true. But the majority of black men still voted for Kamala Harris, so that isn't the reason why the Republicans won.
Yep.
Secondly, yeah, God forbid you ask a nigga to like give a black woman an equal shot and see what she can do with the country. Some niggas do recoil in defense. They shouldn't do that. We got to talk to those people. That's a thing that actually does exist. But thirdly,
third floor.
Thirdly, I don't think we understand exactly what it is we're saying here.
Yeah.
We are now making the argument that we're now making the argument that someone like Kamala Harris, who specifically, and I'm pretty sure was advised to not make a big deal about the fact that she'd be the first black woman president, didn't say shit about it on the campaign trail, lost because we were too woke about the fact that she was a woman and we were judging niggas for their votes.
And
you're ignorant.
You're just
Stop
ignorant.
lending credence
And this
to
is why.
the ignorant.
And this is why
he said it says everything about Stephen A. Nigga, you made that narrative into this big thing of like, oh no, that's why Trump won because of the. You made that one statement she said in 2024,
and
all about.
And this
is why I end the segment. Not the whole segment. We can continue talking about, but this is why in my research I ended the segment with no, Stephen A. You are a real housewife, my nigga. You'll do anything for the drama, anything for the click,
I'm glad you said
anything for the attention, and you know nothing. You're ignorant.
You literally just acted like one.
That's exactly.
And
then you
let me talk about your husband.
And then you admitted to being like, well, since you brought my name up, I decided to bring your name up. You're bullshitting.
You're
talking about your.
You did it for attention.
Yeah.
You could have addressed the people. Mind you, Michelle Obama didn't even say anything about. If we really gonna go there, you attacked the black woman that was the only black woman sitting at that fucking table. Even though that only black woman didn't say, she said your name, and then the other nigga said, yeah, he could be a real housewife.
Yeah,
I need y'all to
her husband for some
Then you went at her husband.
And I was gonna say, just to finish off what I was gonna say, it's not to say that Obama's criticism is above.
It's not to say he's above criticism.
I do think that he should probably go further and probably don't just only point out that like, yeah, there are people who are misogynistic, whatever, and those people aren't going to support Kamala, but also like, hey, we gotta provide any other reason.
I don't even know
what
he said. So it was a Pittsburgh rock. It was when I didn't even know.
It was when Obama went viral for like talking about how like black men really got to come out and support Kamala or whatever, and y'all can't let the fact that she's.
I don't even know how long that conversation was. So it's like
it was a brief comment that he made that went viral, and I'm like, the reason why it didn't piss me off when he said that is because I can think about the political process enough to understand what he's getting at.
Yeah.
It didn't make me feel insecure as a black man hearing Barack Obama be concerned about how black men talk to black women because I know.
Niggas are like we're
why are we
bullshitting.
bullshitting?
Stop
trying to be
capping.
Rosemary. We never did. We love our black
And
women.
then
Your
my
husband.
He said all this
That's-
shit. He
nigga,
said
that's why we cannot move because you internalizing this shit
Yes.
like she talking to you.
He said all this
No.
shit. He said all this shit, and then sat there and was like, "Well, I voted for Kamala." Shut the fuck up. What are we
up.
talking
How
about?
about you actually
You ranted for
question-
10 minutes about some bullshit,
Yes.
attacked her about all types of other shit, something that happened
That nigga-
almost a year ago now.
That nigga did the RG3 tactic.
You did.
How about
You really
actually
did.
did.
RG3
what
tactic.
she's talking
You really
about in the-
did, gang.
You're sitting
Because
here
you're not competent enough to actually
You're
question
sitting
that.
here
Yeah.
talking about the fucking things of, oh yeah, niggas just had more priorities, niggas saw past, and you're talking about your advocate for woman issues, but then you're talking about other priorities.
Oh,
that already
let
says
me
something
finish
about
off with
you
that. I forgot about that. Other things become more of a priority
Look at the
than
effect of what's
your
happening.
reproductive health. So
Fully proved her point, Mike.
So
Fully
Michelle
proved
because
Obama,
your
Michelle,
dumbass internalized.
Michelle
Oh,
Obama, Michelle Obama
genuinely,
stood on
bro.
a stage and said,
Y'all gotta care about women more.
Michelle Obama said, Michelle Obama stood on it. No. Listen to what I'm about to no.
And said, y'all gotta care about women.
No, listen to what I'm about to say.
For real.
Michelle Obama stood on a stage and said, if you vote for the rapist nigga who doesn't like abortion access, you're voting against women. And Stephen A. came out
You
a
said
year later
misogynist. No,
and
he
said,
didn't. No, she did.
I take umbrage with that. What if niggas didn't care about women?
She said, fully the
There
point
is a
was like,
problem.
the point was fully black men and people who are voting in this election should care about women's rights. Stephen A. then came as I ain't gonna lie. I don't fuck with that point because nigga, I didn't care about y'all rights.
Yeah,
I didn't
and now
remember
he's
shit about.
genuinely like,
I
bro.
didn't remember shit about y'all rights, nigga. I'ma keep it a beat.
Y'all on abortion, we need this Epstein list, nigga.
Like,
right
Oh,
now.
and then
What
I
are
was
we
gonna say,
talking about?
to bring it home, to like kill the laugh for a minute, a black woman was kept on a ventilator past the point where she was dead to give birth to a baby.
There
That's
are more
why you
pressing
advocate.
issues.
There's more
Advocate.
pressing issues.
There's more pressing issues.
Stephen A., that's not a good look.
There's no more.
It's not a good
No.
look, my nigga.
KJ,
As a black
what-
man,
What,
all
you
that.
talking about priorities, nigga? Look at the effects of what we dealing with right now.
Yeah.
You talking
Yep.
about niggas had different priorities.
We
no,
got-
people were stupid.
we got allocated-
Niggas were dumb.
No, it was dumb.
What are we talking about?
It was written out.
It's different priorities, and now we got alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah,
It's different priorities.
Different priorities. We have concentration camps in America in
We
2025.
have U.S.
Stop
citizens
bullshit.
going to places they don't fucking
Yeah,
belong.
it's different priorities. You know, we revere our black women. Abortion, y'all have been talking about black people. The specific type of black person who tries to be anti-abortion will always say they force
They
all
going
these
after-
black women to
Yup.
have abortions.
Black
they doing
babies,
XYZ,
black
the black
babies.
babies, XYZ. You're looking at a healthcare thing that disproportionately impacts black women, and you didn't come out and make sure they got support.
Not by no,
You
no, no,
you sat there and allowed it to be repealed. To
Not
make
by
it less
10 million.
safe.
Not by 10 million. It doesn't not by 10 million. No. By like $1 trillion. $1 trillion. Disproportionately, it's gonna affect black women
And
just minorities in general. $1 trillion.
You are.
But other
But
priorities.
other
right?
pressing issues. No. Let me tell you what the fucking pressing issue is, Stephen A. The pressing fucking issue is your pockets. That $100 million fucking contract that he's been bragging about ever since he got that bitch.
The pressing
That's
issue,
the pressing issue.
The pressing issue is the forces that give you that $100 million contract and the work that goes into that. Not to say that Stephen A's not a hard worker. He's been holding down First Take and all types of ESPN shows and everything for decades at this point. But you're not a political analyst.
Nope.
You're not a
Stay
politician.
in your fucking
You
lane.
had Candace Owens on your show talking about anti-vaccine and talking about George Floyd wasn't actually and you couldn't push back because you don't understand what the fuck you're talking
bro,
about.
Sat there and
So
allowed that
stay
shit.
on
How do you call
ESPN,
yourself an
dog.
ally?
And then you're
Stop it. Do the sports. Do the sports.
You can give your
Fuck.
opinion, yes, but your opinion is woefully fucking misinformed.
No,
and you
fuck
tried
that.
to step
Your
on
opinion is
Michelle
invalid.
Obama.
You can give your opinion.
You finna get
but
your
when you're at
fucking
that
podcast mic revoked, my nigga. I'm gonna keep it a beat.
At that stage, you have to
Other priorities. I hope
gotta be
the tariffs
down
was
with
a
your
priority, and I
opinion,
hope they
yeah.
tariff that nigga podcast equipment.
Bro, it's not just you see something and get pissed off and say it. No, nigga,
yeah.
are
Do
you
your
a
research.
fucking
And the thing is, you have to do your research because if you did your research, research, then you'd be able to talk educatedly about what's happening in our country right now.
You wouldn't have had that response to Michelle Obama.
Yeah, and if you really think about it right now, while this nigga beefing over Michelle Obama and everything, there are lawmakers from Texas that ran to our state because these niggas are straight up trying to like civil rights era remove voting rights from niggas.
I'm gonna keep.
There's other priorities.
Fully rig the election, like actually
seal the next election. That's what they're planning on, and I'll talk about it.
I'm gonna keep it a whole 1,000 with y'all, right? We need to get Umar on here, and why I say this is because we need to do
I heard
a
that
whole
nigga was in like
study.
financial trouble or some shit.
We not worried about it. But it's the whole cool.
He said my bank accounts have been frozen. They froze my bank account.
Oh,
Yeah.
He
They
did
froze
open
his,
the
they
Did
froze
they?
all his shit.
I don't remember how it
opened that
went.
bitch.
I just know that people be frying him. But what were you
I
saying? They
seen
need to
that.
do a
No,
whole study?
like we just need to have like a doom, probably like an hour and 30 of the study of the coon brain.
You want to know what I'd do? I'd actually
okay.
I'd have
1,000 lashes.
I'd have Dr. Umar sit
1,000 lashes.
there. I'd have Stephen A sit here, and then I just stand in the background with y'all and just watch it happen.
just staring at them niggas.
Just watch.
I'll just 1,000 lashes.
1,000-yard stare. Wait, what do you mean by that?
Lashes.
Wait.
Let's go to this next subject.
You know, I like repeated lashes in my head. And I was like, wait a minute. What are we talking
go
about?
So
What
Texas.
I heard that like I know you're about to get into it, but like with the lines drawn in the states with
Yeah.
the shit.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
So the reason why I interrupt you though, is before we even explain what gerrymandering is, the reason why niggas like Stephen A piss me off so much is not because it's a simple difference in opinion. One of my things that I've understand become my pet peeves is ignorance to history.
Yeah.
If you don't
Read a book.
If you don't fucking understand history and where we came from, you are sitting right now in this political era cross-eyed, lost.
Yeah.
Because you have no idea.
But
that's the
bullshit.
only thing that would allow you to come out and say all that shit about these policy positions. It was other. Yeah, if you paid attention to history, you would know the Republicans don't actually give a fuck about any of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what that ties into? It literally ties in the conversation we had with Deontay Kyle. In
Yes.
the sense of you get that money and you become so out of touch with reality that you don't even question.
Which is so crazy because you have Stephen
have
A.
so many resources
if you
to do
line
it.
up all of humanity that has ever existed, Stephen A. Smith is in like the top 1% of eligibility to have a book.
Yeah.
Given all the money and everything he's amassed, every human that's ever lived, Stephen A's probably in the top 10% of niggas who have the most ability to pick up a book.
It's because
we just don't even do it.
It's not about that. Politics is trendy right now. I'm gonna keep it a bean.
It's really trendy.
Politics is trendy, so everybody trying to get on politics. Everybody trying to do it
And that's
without
the thing.
actually reading a fucking article.
And that's the thing.
Reading a book.
And as a nigga who took a liking to this shit at like 15, I can really tell when you niggas aren't about it. Thank you for watching this long. If you haven't already, subscribe. What is you doing?
What is you doing?
What are you doing? You think we just sitting here doing it for nothing?
You think you're gonna sit here and not do
Need
shit?
to
Like,
eat. I know you're not subscribed. Click it. Cool.